opposition.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This government's policies have led to the lowest post-secondary participation rates in the country and not enough room for the students who do go to post-secondary. Now, while making the biggest cut in decades after 2 years of frozen funding, at a time the province is growing, the Minister of Enterprise and Advanced Education is demanding that space for more domestic students be created. Minister, could you please tell us what alternate universe you live in where post-secondary spaces can be created while funding is being decimated for these post-secondary institutions?
Honourable Minister of Enterprise and Advanced Education.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Yes, the member is correct. Post-secondary education has been receiving consistent increases in funding, as a matter of fact, to the tune of nearly 50% over the last 10 years. This year, as shown in all ministry, has been an exception to that trend of supporting post-secondary education, and now we are, as I've been corrected yesterday, the second highest funded post-secondary education system in Canada, with the exception of Quebec, but we're also funding that one, as everybody knows. However, Mr. Speaker, we are committed to growing post-secondary education in this province, and we will continue our commitment to post-secondary education.
Honourable Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. When education was funded appropriately, the University of Alberta was ranked 38th top in the world. And with the freezes in the last couple of years, they have dropped to 108th top in the world. And now there's this draconian cut. Professor Donald Wilson at the U of A is letting it be known that this government's brutal cuts to post-secondary funding are hurting that institution as the best and brightest from Alberta and around the world are reconsidering their decision to study, teach, or do research at the U of A. To the Minister, how can you even pretend to claim you're building a knowledge-based economy when you're driving away the best and brightest students?
Honourable Minister.
Well, Mr. Speaker, this member will now have us believe that even though the budget hasn't been passed yet, the University of Alberta dropped 70 spots in world ranking already. Humbug. Mr. Speaker, the fact is that we are working in collaboration with all chairs and all presidents of all post-secondary institutions. We are making a commitment to make sure that the impact on students is minimal. I have been very clear, we will not be increasing tuition on students, and at the end of the day, we will continue investing in post-secondary education. But yes, difficult decisions will have to be made, and much like in other sectors of Alberta government, we will be focusing on administration, not on students.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Honourable Leader.
Mr. Speaker, we already have amongst the highest tuition and fees in the country for post-secondary education. It's no wonder that over 6,000 high school students in this province drop out of school every year, giving Alberta the highest high school dropout rate. This is actually hurting our economy, Mr. Speaker. To the same minister, why would you cut post-secondary education when all that will do is further reduce opportunities at post-secondary levels, actually encouraging more students to drop out of high school? Unless that's what you really want, Minister.
Honourable Minister.
Why would you do this?
You have the floor.
Mr. Speaker, as you know, as a matter of fact, relevant to a participation post-secondary institution, the Minister of Education should be congratulated. We just passed a piece of legislation that allows for dual credit earning, which will further increase participation post-secondary education. We have increased funding for students who need financial assistance from low-income families in this budget, Mr. Speaker, so that they can participate in post-secondary education. We have frozen tuition so they can participate in post-secondary institution, and we will be working with chairs and presidents of all 26 schools to try to increase the number of seats that they will generate within our post-secondary institutions.